Video for my final project. So to start things off here, on this first page that we get sent to here when we open up the application, this is the power rankings page. So my application is tracking NFL standings for the 2022 season. So this right here displays a list view of the power rankings for the NFL at the end of the season. So this list view has all 32 teams with images and important information about the team's standings for the season for each team. So to meet some of my main requirements here, I used a local database to store information about each NFL team, including the image location, their power rank, their divisional rank, the team name, the team location, and also their records by wins and losses. So one other thing that I'd like to point out here is that I also have incorporated using multiple pages using a flyout menu. So if we click on this hamburger icon up here, we can see that I have 4 pages that are in this flyout menu that you can view. So to point out one of my secondary requirements that I met, this right here is an image button, this NFL logo. So if we click on it, we can see that it plays an audio clip. And if I click on it again, then it will turn off. So that's a cool way that I could implement audio in my app. And then moving on to the second page here, we have the divisional rankings page, which is very similar to the power rankings page, but the key difference here is there's a picker right here for the divisions. So if we select a different division, we can see that the list view automatically updates as we scroll through here. And this page, based on the division that you selected in the picker, it will display all the 4 teams in that division and their divisional ranks, and also their logo and their name and their record. And this also has the image button for the audio clip. Moving on to my analytics page here, this meets one of my secondary requirements using graphics. This page here, I put everything into a scroll view so you could scroll through the whole graph that I've made here. And this graph basically displays a bar graph of all of the teams in order based on their wins that they had in the season. So this is out of 17, so we can see that this is relative. The size of the bar is relative to the percentage of wins they had out of 17. So we can scroll through and see that this is all in order based on the team's number of wins for the season. So that's how I use graphics in this application right here. And then moving on to my settings page, we can see here that this is a settings page, and I have one thing here that basically uses meaningful user system preferences to keep track of the light or dark mode that the user currently wants to use. So currently I'm in dark mode right now, and the switch is set to true. So if we select this to false, we can see that it changes the whole style of the page. It goes from dark mode to light mode, so white background, the text changed from white to black. So it makes things a little bit easier to read. It's really based on the user's preference. So that is how I meet my third secondary requirement using meaningful user system preferences. So we can scroll through here and see that all the pages are now in light mode. And one other key thing that I forgot to point out was that in these list views here, you can select a specific team and it will pull up the page for that specific team that includes their name, their logo, and also the division that they're in, their record on the season, their power rank, and also their divisional rank. And here I utilized a grid to display this information neatly, which is pretty nice. And this was from the power rankings page. You can also do this from the divisional rankings page. So if you click on a team in the list view, it'll pull up that team and their information. So let's just select a different division here. Click on the Panthers. We can see that it has all the Panthers information, including their division, their record, their power rank, and their division rank. All right, so that is all I have for the requirements stuff. One thing I'd also want to show you here is that we are currently in light mode right now. We started the application off in dark mode, but we switched it to light mode. So if I stop the application from running and then restart it, we can see that it will open back up in light mode. And that's because I use system preferences to keep track of the Boolean for light or dark mode used in the application. So yep, so we can see here that it is currently in light mode for all the pages And then if we switch it back to dark mode, we can see that it's still in dark mode. And then let's stop it and run it one more time, and we will see that it will open up in dark mode again, because that's what we had selected when we closed it. All right, so we can see that that works. My program does not crash at any time, and I feel like I did a good job displaying this information in a neat way with contrasting colors and just good user interface. So that is all I have for you today, and thank you.